Hi guys, Dr. Natty here from Myokinetix. So today we're going to talk about shoulder pain for those that do yoga. All my yogis out there, we have a lot of people who love doing yoga. That's what they love to do. They love to maintain their mobility, flexibility, but sometimes you do get that anterior shoulder pain, almost like a pinching pain in some way, and that's tend to be some sort of an impingement, right? Oftentimes we start going down this yoga journey because we don't want to lose our mobility. We want to increase it, right? You want to have good shoulder mobility right here. And for the new beginners, especially in yoga, sometimes you try to force the range of motion that you don't have. And oftentimes what that does is actually create friction inside your shoulder joint. So today I'm just here to tell you like what you can do to actually decrease your chance of having that friction so you don't have that anterior shoulder pain. So that way you can keep going to your yoga class and keep working on your mobility and flexibility without stopping at all. So first thing first, I create a video on this, especially with neck pain, with breathing. So if you haven't watched that, I would say watch this video first on breathing, because everything has to start with breathing. We take about 15,000 breaths a day, so we want to make sure we do it correctly, especially if we're actually under tension by doing yoga. Second thing is going to be all about your hand position and how you generate force while you're holding your poses. What I mean by that is that if I'm in a position where I'm pushing into the ground here, and I have gravity acting down upon me. So from here, like it's good to have Cody here because you can tell like when he walks, he constantly push against. So you see the difference? So if I let gravity pull me down, you see how my shoulder blade just kind of sag? But I push away from here, I create tension, and now I activate all these little muscles back here. So if all these little muscles back here are activated, guess what? When I raise my arm or when I push away, guess what? All this muscle is going to help me bring my arms up. So that way there's no pinching in the front. Right? Because if I just raise my arm without any engagement back here, the chance of it pinching in the front will be a lot more. So we want to be really mindful and intentional in everything that we do, just like your yoga instructor would tell you to do so. So if you're into this position and you're on all fours, you're in a push-up position, the first thing you want to do is drive through the heel of your hand to generate force into the ground, right? So you see from there, I activate all the big muscle back there. Right? And from here, I'm not holding my breath. I make sure I breathe through my belly, into my nose. And if I go into this position right here, I'm constantly driving through the heel of my palm. And from there, I elongate everything back there. So that would be a good position to be in to actually work on your overhead mobility. Another position I really like to actually help you activate all the lower muscle back there before you do any yoga pose would be a dolphin pose, right? So dolphin is really good to engage your serratus. If your serratus, which is the muscle back here, is engaged, you have a better force coupling motion to help you raise your arm. All right, Cody's in the way, so we're gonna move over here. So this would be what I call a dolphin pose, right? So from here, you have your elbows stack up right here, your palms right here, and you're pushing away. As I'm pushing away, I'm making sure that my shoulder is not coming forward. I'm actually pushing away this way. And then from there, all we're gonna do is we're gonna tuck your tailbone, engage your core. All we're gonna do is we're just gonna drive into the ground to get into that position, to lengthen it a little bit more. And we're gonna bring nose to thumb, back away, back to nose to thumb. If you do 10 to 15 of these and you do it correctly and you're not holding your breath, you should feel everything here firing up. And that would be a really good way to open your shoulder before you start doing any yoga overhead movement. Last thing that's really important for overhead mobility, which is thoracic spine rotation. So some of the best things that you can do is you're going to lay down here on the side. You're going to pin your legs down, and from here, all you're going to do is just going to slowly open it up by rotating your head and try to maintain contact with the floor the whole time. So this is a good mobility for you to do right before you start doing some yoga section. So we're going to do 5 on each on that side. So that's a tip I have for you guys to make sure you don't have shoulder pain the next time you do your yoga, and just keep it up so that way you can keep go on this journey and then work on your mobility and flexibility.